Hello, my name is Miss Miller, and today we'll be talking about matching shapes. Essential question: how do we match shapes? The standard: match shapes of same size and orientation. Vocabulary: match, being the same, equal to, or as good as another. Shape, the visual makeup, characteristic of a particular item, spatial form, or contour. Activities. So some activities you can do in the classroom are a clothespin wheel. You can create a circle, draw lines using a ruler, and add the shapes on the actual wheel. Then you can add the same shape to a clothespin. The students would match the clothespin to the shape on the wheel. You can also create a matching board. Many boards like this can be found on payteachers.com for free. And you could simply print them out twice, have the first sheet laminated, laminate the second sheet as well, cut it out, add Velcro, and the students would match the appropriate shape. You can also use popsicle sticks. Popsicle sticks are a great way and an inexpensive manipulative for students, a great way for them to get hands-on experience. You would provide a model of the shape, and the students would imitate it by using the popsicle sticks. And here it's actually written on with the shape, so students know how to make it. They have that visual support. And the same with pipe cleaners. Once again, the students would be provided with a model, and they could imitate the shape to make a match. Some activities you can do at home as well as in the classroom is get an ice cube tray. Place the images of shapes once you've cut them out. You can put a piece of tape over it and also duplicate it on coins, wheels, pieces of card, whatever you have at home, and they would make the match to the corresponding piece. They could place it in, and if you Velcro it, they can actually place it on. You can also use cotton swab sticks, and they could create the shapes based on what you're asking them to do. So here they were asked to create a triangle, and they did so with 3 cotton swab sticks. You can also use Lego to make shapes. Once again, you'll provide the model and ask them to create a separate shape, and students would make it based on the necessary pieces needed. And here they have some longer shapes and smaller shapes. And each student could create the same shape in a different way. So it'll be a really fun and engaging activity. Here you have a geo board in which students use rubber bands or other types of bands that stretch with elastic to create shapes. And one great way to do that is on 2 of these websites that we can use as resources. One is apps.mathlearningcenter.org, and they have great manipulatives there. But in this case, we're using the geo board, or you can use didax.com. So we're on apps.mathlearningcenter.org/geoboard. Let's create a triangle. So we'll start with red. I'll click the color red, drag it to the top, and then you move it down to position it to make the shape that you like. Let's use yellow, come back to the top, drag it to the side, and we'll use green. So there you have a triangle, and you would clear it by clicking here. It'll ask you if you'd like to clear all, yes, and you would do the same thing to start all over with the next shape. So again, we have apps.mathlearningcenter.org, or you can use didax.com/apps/geoboard. And both sites have great interactive manipulatives that can be used online. You can also use Teachers Pay Teachers as a resource. You'll find many printable activities that you can make matching activities by laminating and adding Velcro. You'll also find free Play-Doh mats. So once again, you would print and laminate them. The students can add Play-Doh to make the shapes that they're requested to make based on what's on the Play-Doh mat. YouTube.com is a great resource. You would search for matching shapes, and you would see plenty of videos, and you would look through them to see which is appropriate for your student based on their interests and the shapes that you're talking about. They may have two-dimensional shapes as well as three-dimensional shapes. Also, Getepik.com is a great resource for interactive books, and many of them have the Read to Me feature. And I like the Shapes in School book because it'll help students identify shapes in their natural environment while in school. And I've opened up that book and we're on page 10. And in this case, you can press play and it'll read it to the students, or you could read it yourself and ask them to look all around their classroom. If you do have a circular clock, do you see something like this in our classroom?
A circle hangs on the wall. The clock. What time is it?
So that's one great resource. Getepik.com. You can look at plenty of books on shapes. They also have shapes in the environment, shapes in the city, which is great. You can also look at liveworksheets.com. And on liveworksheets.com, you have the option to drag and drop to match shapes. They can draw a line from the image of the shape to the word. They can also move the shape to place it on top. Place the shape on top of the matching shape. So students would drag the shapes and place it on top. Select Finish, check their answers, and review their score at the top. 10 out of 10. In conclusion, match means being the same, equal to, or as good as another. Shape, the visual makeup, characteristic of a particular item, spatial form, or contour. You can find some great resources on YouTube, Boom Learning, Teachers Pay Teachers, Epic Books, Live Worksheets, as well as Didax.com. They have great activities and videos. Thank you so much for watching today.